Okay, all right, we back at it again. So some of the things that we discovered so far is on base, which we know that it creates maximum volume, and half base, which it creates medium volume. And now we're going to do off base. Everybody say off base.
Off base.
Off base is less volume. The roller sits completely off the base. It holds the strand of that subsection of hair at 45 degrees. And so when we're looking at degrees and we're talking about 45 degrees, it will be more of an acute. Everybody say acute triangle. So versus that we went in and pulled it straight out from the head, which was 90 degrees, and then we took and elevated that hair away from the natural falling distribution, and which gave us a on base. Okay, so we've been discovering some things when it pertains to body posture, even when it also pertains to the hair, when we're dealing with the tension and the hair having the elasticity, the ability to stretch, and also the way that the hair absorbs moisture, and dealing with how we use our product, whether if it's on coarse hair or even fine texture hair, and knowing that we could dilute our product or keep it nice and concentrated. So these are going to be things that you're going to have to be repetitious about and keep at the forethought of your mind while you're in the process of demonstrating these procedures or executing it on your model. Now, we're going to finish and wrap this up with our off base, which is going to create less volume. I'm going to go in and just saturate the section. Even though we apply product on that hair at the very beginning, we will begin to start seeing how that hair will dry up. And so you want to make sure that you really nicely saturate it with water, so you don't have to use very much product to keep the hair all crunchy, or allow your curl to be very limp after she dries.
Clean up, everybody.
You just distorted the whole thing. Clean up. You be going through. Okay, I'm just gonna get my water bottle on my comb. Another thing that you could do is you can just take your comb and water bottle and just spray it on through, so you can keep it nice and saturated. Now we said that off base will be 45 degrees. I'm going to continue on the right side of the head, making sure that I part my sections, keeping them all lined up, creating a radial parting, separating the front from the back. Now, this is what I've been seeing. When we're parting that vertical parting down the parietal ridge area, which is another name as crest area, we're understanding that that area that needs to comb that hair to the back. That means that we're going to over-direct. Everybody say over-direct.
Over-direct.
Over-direct that hair to the back, so we will know our standing posture, so we don't break a mold and start adding rollers down the side when they should go where? To the back. So therefore, we want to make sure as we are combing that hair, after creating your radial vertical parting down the parietal ridge area, comb that hair that's in the back straight to the back. I'm going to line my body posture up with that subsection or that section and create my subsection, parting that section off. Now, I have a subsection which I'm using the diameter of my tool to begin. I'm just going into kind of seeing the hair and seeing what it's doing, but this is the point in time where you want to comb on top. Everybody say on top. Yes, you want to part on top of that hair, creating a 45-degree angle because we want less volume going in, still continuously adding the tension that we need. So now, as I begin to roll that hair up, do you all see how it has, let me put my clip on. It has a full stem versus the ones that we've been seeing. So when we're looking at that full stem, it lingers and it goes long and then it starts wrapping. So this is what we mean by below the base. So if it's below the base, let me turn to my page. Turn to my page. Step this over to the side a little bit. Now when we're seeing that off base, and you see the rectangle, but you see that very long stem, right? That's what we call a full stem when we're looking at pin curls, but when we're looking at a roller set, it is a off base, okay? With less volume. So therefore, keeping that in mind, and it rolls and it curls right below the baseline, whereas an on base is above that baseline, but a off base is below. So guess what your client gets? She gets a lot of movement, a lot of swing. So when you all are flat ironing hair, you see it because all you're doing is creating like a bump in the hair and you silking it and it's taking it completely off base. When we see those big, flawless, sexy, heavy bangs that flow in people's face, it is a off base curl.
Yeah.
So therefore it just swoops. It have a swoop in it and it just lingers. That's an off base curl. So that's how I need to know when you keep it in mind, and it should be an aha, whereas you will understand what these 3 roller placements will allow you to achieve for whatever result you're going for. Even when we see how the hair is tucked behind the ear and that curl just lingers and it goes long. It don't have the volume, but it has what? More what? Mobility, that movement. Okay? We're going to discuss in class what full on-base curl will produce. All right. So now let's go ahead on and wrap this on up. Again, I'm going to demonstrate, and you all are going to be repetitive and go repeat it so it'll help you to develop your skills. I've been working with different patterns, so I want you all to keep that in mind. You can use different patterns when you're considering your roller placement. It helps to give a little bit more sophisticated look when we're looking at the different type of rhythms that go on in that hair, and it just all not the same. You know, it's not that same repetitiveness. So if you get a larger curl and then put a smaller curl in it and create a pattern, then that allows you to have different type of movements in that hair. Some will be faster than others, and then the look will be more appealing, okay? If I'm saying that correctly, might be missing out on some wonderful, fascinating words, but just want you all to keep that in mind. So I'm gonna part my subsection, clean it on up, create, I'm combing on top of the hair, not up underneath, because I want to bring it towards me. And this one we work with people that really wants to see a lot of that lingering. layering. And it wouldn't work for people who have extremely curly hair. I just want to allow you to know that, okay? So if you're creating this type of curl with someone that has extremely curly hair, wavy hair, just know that she's going to really work. Poof up in that area which is closest to the scalp, okay? So anytime that you want to create movement and direction of that hair, always wonderful and fascinating when we're working with people who have straight hair, and then you could just go in and do an off-face curl. Does that make sense? Any questions? Yes.
So what would you do for a person who wanted a roller set? Would you still do that? And then what would be the extra step?
Okay, so what you will want to do is if somebody has extremely curly hair and they want just movement with the roller set, well, a lot of times we do not want to go in and do an off base. We want to make sure that we get all of that hair on base, but after you complete a on base roller set, you can always take in what we call a roller wrap. You could take those rollers out, brush that hair through, and take and wrap that hair around the head, and then saran wrap her and put her under the hair dryer so it'll help to release that tension. Or else you can go in after you've done the roller set. You could take and you could use your flat irons or your round brush to kind of help to straighten that area that's closest to the scalp a lot more smoothly. Okay, those are options. Okay, any other questions? Y'all ready to finish and execute this? Okay, so let's get ready to go. Put your hands towards me. What we gonna do? Just do it like Nike. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Just do it. Okay, good deal.